I'm Todd Grisham, and there's nothing quite like the Empire Fight Camp, especially at night. Next to me is Johnny Nelson. Sugar Ray Leonard. He, of course, won world titles in 5 different... Terrence Bud Crawford, one of the pound for...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of...
You've heard of people dancing underneath the moonlight. Tonight, it's a fight underneath. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. There's a counter shot. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Missing with the hook. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Have you ever danced with the devil under the pale moonlight? That's what these two men are about to go through as they've been talking so much trash on social media. It's time to settle the score.
These fights are about to block themselves off and say, right, that's it. Keep out of it. Now it's fight time. The whole day, everyone's been waiting for these two. This is it. This is it.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Just missed with that hook. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. They exchange punches. Johnny, a lot of fighters focus on their defense with their hands up. This fighter focuses on their defense with their footwork, moving on those angles, staying out of danger.
These are my kind of fighters, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice exchange here from both men. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round? Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he scores with the counter. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
It's bombs away. Catch and shoot. Missing with that jab. He threw a punch and just got countered. And he just missed with that left jab. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right. Sugar Ray is down on the canvas. And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
You're right, Todd. What a...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Apparently it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels. Look at it. It's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. And he's out of there.
They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. And he wasn't ready for that counterpunch. Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
You've been put down. You've got to think...
There's the bell for round 3. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Off the charts action from both of these fighters. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Can't find a home for that jab. Nice counter shot. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Well done with that counter shot. Big swing and a miss with the hook. Good counter punch. No rest for the weary. Nope, that jab not going to score. The perfect counter lands. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. about Leonard in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just... Back at it in round 4. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A perfect counter shot. The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
You have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed. It's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
And not throw out a lazy jab in this fight, you'll get knocked out. That counter shot lands. Straight right just misses. Those counter punches have to hurt. Missing with the hook. Sugar Ray is rocked. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. You know, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
The straight right just misses. Punch, counter punch. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. Nice counter punch right up the middle. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them. But
Don't want to lose this fight.
time for the 5th round. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
How about that time counter shot? Time they throw a shot, they get countered. The straight right just misses. They got out of the way of that right hook, and that hook misses. Fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a lick it because you've got to get some before you get in close.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Beautiful counter punch. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Good counter punching. They both want the knockout. That counter punch caught him clean. He got out of the way of that right hook. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Leonard in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these...
Starting to make mistakes and you're switching up.
This is the beginning of round 6. That 1-minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Nice counter punch. You hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can you do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in a fight. You've got to relax.
His stamina is off the charts. I want to think of holding on here for a minute. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. And as we take another look, it's this punch right here that sealed the deal.
Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You still want to fight?
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Perfect counter lands. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
There's a counter shot. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round.
What are you doing? I need you to focus.
Here we go. It's round 7. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength, and preparation is how you are going to deal with this.
Punch, counter punch. Which fighter will say no mas? Good counter punching. Just misses with that jab. Beautiful counter punch. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Nice counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. A perfect counter shot. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
Beautiful counter shot. Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Good counter punching. Just misses with that uppercut. Holding nothing back here in the round. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Those counter punches have to hurt. The fighter's vision is paramount, and the referee may stop it here. Yes, sir. We fight on here. You know the scorecards are going to be... Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard. Round 8, and we're off again. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Nice punch. Nice counter shot. It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nobody home with that hook. Is he going to punch himself out, though? He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
When you get hit with a body shot like this, there's nothing you can do. Watch it again in slow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we continue.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Some might have thought the fight a little bit closer, but the judges are in agreement. A unanimous decision win.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again.